All right, cool. But moving on, we're gonna talk about my fantasy team. My fantasy team. I feel confident in my team. I feel like I had a solid draft. I actually picked third in our draft. I'll just read off the top 5 picks in our fantasy draft. We had an 18-team league. You get a point for everything. Only thing you get negative points for are ejections and turnovers.
Chuck is the symbol of your team. That's hilarious.
So the first pick was LeBron James. The second pick was Russell Westbrook. And the third pick, I picked Steph Curry. Then after him, Kevin Durant was 4. James Harden was 5. Right? So for my team, I have Steph Curry on my team as my starting point guard. I have Devin Booker as my starting shooting guard. I have Danilo Gallinari as my starting small forward. I have Kevin Love as my power forward, which he's actually playing center this year. So that's actually even better for me because I can have him at power forward. And then I have Jonas Valanciunas as my starting center. On the bench, I have Milos Teodosic from the Clippers. He's going to have a really good year. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he in top 3 Rookie of the Year voting. Aaron Gordon. I have Tyson Chandler, Joe Johnson, and the sleeper draft pick of the year. Sorry, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. You want to know why? Because Nicholas Batum broke his damn arm. So that means that Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is now going to be the starting small forward for the Charlotte Charlotte Hornets.
He's not really the sleeper pick on your team. To me, the sleeper pick on your team.
He was one of the last picks that I had. He was my 4th to last pick. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. And for my utility guys, I have Michael Beasley, Jordan Bell from the Warriors, and Ginobili. Go ahead.
That's the sleeper pick to me is Jordan Bell.
Yeah,
because you know he's going to play, and he could fuck around, come out there and give you 5, 6, and 5 with a steal and a block. Like, I think he can give you more value than what Kidd-Gilchrist, because Kidd-Gilchrist cannot score.
That's not true, though.
He can't score.
Look, last year, not last year. I'm looking at last year. He averaged 9.2 points a game.
That's bad for your starting small forward.
7 rebounds a game, and 1.4 assists. And he was only making. He only made 3.6 field goals a game.
He can't score.
He's starting now. So even if he's a bench guy, he's one of my utility players. So even if he gives me 10, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, I'm fine with that. Because he's also going to give me almost a block every game, and he's also going to give me at least 1 or 2 assists every game and a steal. So all around, that's nearing that 20-point mark, which is where I like all my bench and utility players to try to be around. I want all my players to have an even spread. Even if you look at the big men that I have Kevin Love, and I also have Jonas Valanciunas. They both are going to rebound, and they're going to give you consistent points every game. And they also going to do other things to affect the stat sheet, like occasionally get a steal or a block. And Kevin Love actually will probably wind up averaging more blocks this year, probably more so around 1 because he's going to be a starting center. So he's pretty much going to be the guy in the middle now. Which, for him, when he was doing that in Minnesota, he would average around a block a game.
Yeah, he was bigger in Minnesota as well. He was about 20 pounds heavier.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with him jumping up and blocking shots. I'm not saying he's going to be a lockdown. I didn't say he's going to be a lockdown defender. I just said he's going to, instead of giving me actually, he never averaged a block in a game in his career, so I take that back. He's only averaged around 0.6, which was the highest in his rookie year. But still, Kevin Love last year averaged 19, 11, 1.9 assists, 0.9 steals a game. So I'm cool with that. I'm perfectly cool with that. That's actually going to keep me around 22 points every night consistently on my bench. And then I have Steph Curry. I have Devin Booker, which hopefully he'll average around 23 this year, like 23, 4, and 2. I'm cool with that. That's around 30. Steph is going to be above 30. I still have Valanciunas, who's going to give me around 12 and 11. And then on my bench, I got Teodosic on my bench, which I think Teodosic actually is going to average around like 8, 7, and probably like 1 rebound a game. Which for me on my bench is going to be good for me because some nights he's going to wind up having like 12 assists. Have you seen any of the highlights from what he's done this preseason?
He can pass.
He can pass his ass off. And a lot of the times they're going to run him in a lineup on the floor where it's him, Patrick Beverly, Gallinari, Blake, and DeAndre. So that literally means Teodosic is going to be like Chris Paul. He just can't score. I'm cool with that. I'm literally cool with that. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. You make up those points with Danilo. Austin Rivers is going to be better this year. And even as a 6-man coming off the bench, him going to the bench for Beverly is way better. It's way better. And him going to the bench for Austin Rivers is better now. Defense, you're going to suffer, but I think that'll be cool for me. And then my other sleeper, Aaron Gordon. I think Aaron Gordon on my team, I've said this, and if you watched our Magic review and watched us do the preseason thing, I think Aaron Gordon is going to eventually be an all-star. I'm hoping that this is the year he shows everybody why he should be in the conversation for being an all-star. If he does, last year Aaron Gordon averaged 12.7 points a game. He averaged 5 rebounds, 1.9 assists, and he also averaged a half a block a game and 0.8 steals. His 2018 projections have Aaron Gordon around 14, 7, 2.4 assists, and a steal a game. I personally think Aaron Gordon can take this up to 18.
I don't know about that.
I think he can take it up to 18. I legit think he can take it up to 18.
I don't know about
I think he can take it up to 18. And if he takes it up to 18, he's a borderline all-star in the East.
Some of his minutes are gonna get cut because he's gonna be fighting for minutes with Jonathan Isaac.
No, he's not.
Yes,
no, they're gonna start alongside each other. They're gonna start alongside each other. Yes, they are.
Terrence Ross is starting at small forward.
And Isaac is gonna come off the bench as a small forward, power forward.
Fighting for the same.
They're not gonna fight. They're not gonna. No, you wanna know why they're not going to? Because Vukovic has been giving you the same thing and you ain't been doing shit. So if you run a lineup,
Vukovic is your center.
Can you let me finish? So if you run a lineup out there with Aaron Gordon and Isaac and you realize that they actually can play good together, why not have them both play and run a small ball lineup? Then you have Elfrid Payton, Evan Fournier, Terrence Ross, Jonathan Isaac, and Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon can jump out the gym.
That's an awful defensive line.
It doesn't matter. You're not. They're not going to win anything in Orlando this year. Run them out there, and then if they all get good, then you got a team of baby warriors. Yeah. Cause I said baby, like light. And in the East they can do that, huh? That's not a bad comparison.
You see no components of the Warriors.
I think Jonathan Isaac is gonna be a hooper, and I think Aaron Gordon has the potential to be an all-star. So based upon both of those things, you have two guys who I think are all-star level talents. I also think Elfrid Payton is like a Jason Kidd. You know, you ever bought like those starter cards at like the dollar store when you were a kid, and then you open them up because you're happy. You're like, oh man, I just got a pack of cards, and then you realize that they're a year old and the stats kind of old, but you like, it's still cool that I got a pack of cards. Yeah. That's Elfrid Payton as a point guard.
That's fucking hilarious.
And that's Elfrid Payton as a point guard and it being the Jason Kidd type of player that everybody says that they see in him. So I think that the Magic have a future, and I think if Jonathan Isaac hoops and Aaron Gordon hoops for me this year, I'm gonna be fine. And I still have Chandler. Hopefully his minutes don't get cut too much by Lynn, and he can still give me around 8 and 8. I'm cool with that. ISO Joe, if he gets hot for a week, I can just pop him into my starting lineup or pop him onto my bench. So yeah, I mean, so that's our a fantasy segment. Oh yeah, and for my hooper, is he a hooper or not? I guess what we will see this season is if Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is a hooper or not.
I would go more with Aaron Gordon. I feel like we know what Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is going to give you. He's going to play tough defense. He's going to defend the other team's best wing player, give you about 7 rebounds. He's not really that good offensively, but if you can play premier perimeter defense, I can accept that. Yeah. So we pretty much know what he's going to give you. I think Aaron Gordon is really the question mark. Like I still don't really know what he is yet. I don't really know what he is yet still.